Christmas songs, everybody loves them. Well, not everyone. But I do. Yes, I'm surprised I do too. I like how they're segregated to a month and a half or so out of the year. Any more and everyone will remember how overplayed they are and they'll hate them. But just because I like Christmas music and know all the words to all the songs does not mean I like all of them. Some are really annoying, some are just straight up bad, and some are, well, outdated.
I simply must go.
Baby, it's cold outside.
The answer is no.
Baby, it's cold outside.
The biggest problem about giving definitive criticism to Christmas songs in particular is that everyone has their own biases on which songs they love and hate, because everyone has holiday memories associated with each song. So when I talk about which songs I love and hate, I'll try to be less subjective about it. The key word being try. And it. There are many ways to measure how good a Christmas song is, but I think we can implement some basic criteria. 1. How does it sound playing in a hotel lobby? Does it give you that warm, fuzzy feeling? 2. What is the JPM? That's Jingle Bells per minute. The JPM is a good gauge to go by because too few and it hardly sounds like a Christmas song at all. But on the other side, too many and your ears start to bleed. 3. How Jesus-y is it? Look, I'm not a Christian and I don't want to be seen as taking the Christ out of Christmas. But I do think that there's a good case for taking Christ out of Christmas music. I'm not offended by Christmas songs with the little baby Jesus in it because it has a little baby Jesus in it. I'm offended by Christmas songs with a little baby Jesus in it because they're usually just bad songs. You'll see what I mean as I cover them. 4 is the wild card. How iconic is it? Does it play in that Christmas movie that you watch every year? Did Michael Bublé sing it on the TV? Does it contribute to the Christmas lore? Again, whether you like them or not is subjective, but sometimes a song is just so iconic that you have to give credit where it's due. So let's begin with the first song they play on the radio every time they switch over to the Christmas music. And that is...
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas was written by Meredith Willson in 1951 and originally performed by Perry Como and the Fontaine Sisters with Mitchell Ayers and his orchestra in September, and then a month later by Bing Crosby. Another popular version is Johnny Mathis's cover in 1986, and finally, of course, there's the Michael Bublé version in 2011. Those 4 are probably the most well-known versions of the song, so those are the 4 that I'm going to cover today. Differences. There are really only minor differences between each version of the song, so I'll try to differentiate each version. We'll start off with Michael Bublé's version, because his is the most vanilla out of all of them. It's smooth and jazzy, and there aren't any flourishes or crazy twists to the song. It's just him singing, which is different because all the other versions have a choir accompanying the singer. As for the JPM, there aren't any jingle bells, but there are those nice nostalgic strings. Next is the Johnny Mathis version. The Johnny Mathis version is the only one that has a music video to it, and boy is it schmaltzy. I mean, it has every element you can imagine when you think of a Christmas music video. Zoom in on a stained glass window and kids are running around with Santa and doing very generic Christmas things, all while Johnny Mathis is in the foreground, sitting on a bench and singing his little song. Anyways, it's a really solid cover, except for his snake S's, which really stand out when they overplay the song on the radio.
It's Christmas, listening on silver, it's toys store. Christmas, a sight to see, it's good to start. Christmas, sturdy snow. It's Christmas, soon the bells will start. Sing, it's Christmas, soon the bells will start. Sing, it's Christmas, 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 Christmas.
Next is the Bing Crosby version. Unlike the last 2 versions, this one opens surprisingly with a fake out.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
It sounds like the orchestra had the wrong sheet music and then they played it off as intentional. It's very jarring, but it does add jingle bells, so it might have a leg up on all the other versions. And finally, we have the Perry Como version.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Again, it sounds like the musicians were playing the wrong music, or maybe Perry Como walked in on the wrong recording section and they were like, just go with it. Just go with it. About the song. All 4 versions of the song have that hotel lobby sound. I mean, it literally talks about being in a hotel lobby.
There's a tree in the Grand Hotel, one in the park as well, the sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow.
The song is, to no surprise, how it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. People are putting up trees and there are toys in every store. Now, the JPM to almost every version flatlines, or is at near 0 levels. Fortunately, it's explained with lyrics, soon the bells will start. So this gets a pass, because the song's about how it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, and not, it's Christmas right now. Like quite a few Christmas songs, this song is nice and wholesome, until you get into the lyrics. In this song, it's a refrain where we take a look at our 5 and 10 at our all-American nuclear family.
A pair of hop-along boots and a pistol that shoots is the wish of Barney and Ben. Dolls that will talk and will go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again.
Barney wants a pair of hop-along boots, whatever those are. Ben wants a pistol that shoots.
So uncivilized.
And Janice and Jen want dolls, 'cause they're girls. Wait, something didn't sound right. What did Ben want again?
A pistol that shoots.
Right. I'm not gonna touch this with a 39.5-inch pole. Suffice it to say, that didn't age well. And finally, there's that last line, which I always thought was absolutely horrible.
And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again.
What's up with that? Why do Mom and Dad not want to spend time with their kids? I mean, even as a kid, I thought, what a horrible thing to say. Does Mom and Dad really not love me? Can they not stand the sight of me? Me. And to make it all worse, in the Perry Como version, everyone laughs at you.
And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again.
Conclusion. In summary, It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas is a song about how it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. In summary, It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas is all about getting into the holiday spirit. It's a cheerful song about the 1950s nuclear family and buying toys for your kids to shut them up until you can pawn them off back at school. So remember, thank your teachers.
Sure, it's Christmas once more.